Game day on your home of America's team here on 105.3 The Fan. I'm Shan RJ alongside RJ Choppy, back from vacation. Final hour fist pump time. We got our Cowboys insider Bobby Belt, and joining us in DFW right now is the Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, member of the Legion of Boom, and all over media nowadays, KJ Wright on the Fan Cam, Twitch, and YouTube. Good morning, man. How are you?
Top of the morning, fellas. Doing well. How y'all doing?
Doing well. So how's this media thing working out for you so far? Were you cool with the media when you played or not?
Not at all. Not at all. I was like, get away from my dang locker. I got nothing to say to you.
Yep.
And I love me some football. I could talk it all day, every day. But the hardest part, guys, is my teammates. I'm 2 years out. But I got to critique these guys. Like, I got to talk about Gino. I got to talk about Bobby. I got to talk about DK.
Yeah.
And when they're messing up, I got to keep it honest. And they definitely hear everything I say. And so that's the hard part, is getting back to them and got to face them face to face.
So number one, you keep it real. And then number two, you definitely get feedback from them. Like, yo, man, what the hell?
I wouldn't call it feedback. I'd call it more like crying, moaning, complaining. Oh, why'd you say this? I'm like, bro, you got to stop getting penalties after the play. Stop doing silly stuff, DK. And I won't have to say it.
Hey, KJ, when you watch or listen to fans talk, hosts like us talk who never played, or even analysts on TV, how accurate is the breakdown of X's and O's? Or you as a guy who breaks it down and knows it as an expert, is 80% of what we say just stupid and dumb and garbage because we're not breaking down all the intricacies?
Well, when I listen to, let's say, non-athletes that didn't play, what I hear more so is just opinions. I hear opinions and what should have done, what should have got done. Are you guys X's and O's type? Because I don't see that or hear that on TV or radio from none, guys that didn't play football. Is that what you guys do?
We'll do some, Bobby, so we have a guy here that was a former NFL scout. Brian Broadus, he's on our afternoon show. He is taking guys under his wing to teach them to get ready for the draft and break down film. A lot of people are watching this all 22 now. So we try to rely on some of the analytics and the numbers versus saying, oh, there's a trap block and, this guy's coming off this side and this is the rotation, even though everyone's trying to get to that point now as Joe Schmoes.
Yeah. And for the most listeners, do they want to hear that? Yeah, no, maybe. Guys really want to know why it happened, what's going on. But the intricate details, the X's and O's, that's some real deal stuff that it takes some time to learn. What an over defense, under defense, a double A gap pressure. That takes some time to learn.
Isn't it also, though, that like even a former player, they know what happened, but if you're not in that room, you don't know what exactly the play was, the assignment was. It's even impossible for a former player to really dissect it, right?
Yes, and so for me, I'm 2 years out. I know these guys. I really lean on going into the building. Hey, defensive coordinator Clint Hurt, what the hell are you guys doing right here? I call Bobby. Bobby, what was this play that you guys ran? Like, I understand this is zone coverage. It's a man coverage. What was the exact assignment from this person on this play? Who was supposed to be right here on this running back screen? And so you don't know that, but so you really got to lean on your relationships with the people in the building.
Who was the most brilliant coach or player when it came to football X's and O's that you've ever been around?
Wow. Guys, I played for 11 years. I played with the best. Ooh. Honestly, I'm to my own horn. I'm top three. I'm not gonna lie. I'm top three. I knew what was coming before it was happening. Richard Sherman was also a guy that understood football very, very well. He could tell you the play before it would happen. He was like, KJ, get here. I'm gonna do this. You do that. Defensive minds. Do you guys remember Chris? You guys know Chris Richard?
Yeah,
Chris Richard.
Yeah.
Chris was one of the guys. The way he called plays, he would tell you what the play was by simply calling the play. He would talk in Bobby's ear. He's like, Bobby, watch the screen right here. I'm gonna call this play. Tell KJ to hug up on the running back. I could go up to Chris Richard like, Chris, let me do this when we play in the Cardinals. Let me go man to man because they're running this same play. Let me do this so we can go attack them downhill. Wow. He'll call it TFL. And so one of my favorite play callers ever was Chris Richard.
Wow. KJ Wright on the Boomer Jacks Bar and Grill Hotline. Give us your experience and impressions on Dan Quinn.
Love DQ. Solid dude, authentic dude, real. And just the way he holds guys accountable in the midst of chaos, in the midst of trouble, he's not shy to, hey, address up something in the meeting room. He's not shy to, hey, Cam, you got to be here on this play. And so when he does it as a coach, you respect him. You appreciate him, having everyone on the same page. And just with his X's and O's, DQ will keep it simple. We're gonna line up in over cover 3 and whoop your ass. It's not much to it. But watch when you turn on the tape with the Seahawks, with the Falcons, with the Cowboys. Guys are prepared, they're ready, and they just play lights out football. And so get ready. He's going to leave after this year. It's time. I'm predicting he's going to the Chargers. I got him going to the Chargers after this year.
Well, he might not be going anywhere. He might get a
No, he's
promotion.
leaving. No.
He might get a promotion.
Oh. What's higher than a defensive coordinator? Assistant head coach?
Head coach. Look, if they lose to San Francisco in the playoffs 3 years in a row, there's going to be some things that need to be answered in this building for the head coach.
It depends how the offense plays. We'll get there down the line. But if he does leave, I got him going to the Chargers. But just a great guy. Obviously, his people are prepared to play. Went to the Super Bowl with the Falcons. Wish he would have got that one. But I love DQ. And after the season, let's say he's going to be a head coach.
Are you surprised he hadn't left already?
I'm not because I was looking after this season. I'm like, what makes sense for him to go? The only place that made sense was Broncos. And even that one was a little iffy, a little shaky, especially after how Russell played last year. And so unfinished business in Dallas. You have a great defense. You have a great fan base, a great culture. Stay put and just really wait for the right moment, the right opportunity to go get it. Because you don't want to just take any head coaching job. The only one that really made sense was Broncos. And obviously Sean Payton took that one and doing pretty good so far.
KJ Wright, he has the own podcast, KJ All Day, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and more, bringing it here on Shan and RJ 105 through the fan. So give us your film study tape breakdown of what you've seen from Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy's offense.
When I look at this Cowboys offense, look, guys, we just played Sean McVay. We just played Kyle Shanahan. Two gurus when it comes to calling plays, and they do so much getting your eyes off track, and you like so off balance when you're facing them teams. It's an absolute nightmare. When I look at the Dallas Cowboys on film, they're going to simply line up and say, we are better than you. It's not going to be too much stuff pre-snap. It's not going to be all this razzle-dazzle, flashy stuff. We're going to line up. We're going to go 18 stretch, 19 stretch. We're going to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb 10-plus times, and it's effective. I love you guys' offensive line. You got Hall of Famers all across their board, blowing guys off the ball. Dak is playing MVP-type football with 23 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. I love what he's doing. And the biggest question with this Cowboys team is the obvious. Are they playing anyone? Are they blowing out bad teams? So I'm really looking forward to this last stretch of the season.
So
Seahawks, Bills, Eagles. Let's see how they do.
Talk to us about lack of motion and shifts as a defensive player. Again, one of our fan beliefs is you cannot have the best offense possible unless you're moving around and motions and shifts. We track that as fans. Is it, if you're a head coach or you're a general manager, are you making your head coach put in as much motions and shifts as possible, or you face offenses that are stagnant and just line up that are just as tough?
Well, it's all about having your identity. I don't give a damn what you do. If it's effective, then you're great. But it's all about having an identity as a play caller. Kyle Shanahan, that's his identity. That's what he's going to do. McVay, same thing. And as a defensive player, when you do all this stuff pre-snap, when you do all this stuff post-snap, it's a nightmare. It is hard to stop because your eyes got to go here. You're going from doubles to trips. You're going from having Deebo Samuel at running back, motioning out to receiver. It's just so much communication you have to do on the back end. But if you just line up and tell me that you're going to run the ball straight downhill, you want to just have this, man-on-man party, hey, let's go. And so I like that as a defender. But it's all about knowing your identity and your style as a play caller.
KJ, you mentioned, the Cowboys. The big question is they haven't played or haven't beaten anybody yet. Does that matter in a locker room? Like, does that get talked about at all? Like, not even like that we're not that good, but like, there's still a seed of doubt somewhere.
Absolutely not. Hey, this is the NFL. Let's get this understood. This is the NFL. This is the 1% of the 1%. I don't give a damn who you are. You 0-12. It's you're playing. You're in the NFL. And so you got to win the ball games you're supposed to win. And obviously, we know when the Eagles, it's going to be a big matchup. The Bills going to be a bigger matchup. Just beating the Jets and Zach Wilson, yeah, that's cool. You know, we won. We're supposed to beat those teams.
Yeah.
And so let's really see tonight. You know, my Seahawks are doing. They're okay. We're okay. And so let's see how this game plays out in these last few six.
How did you feel about Dak Prescott coming into the year, and how do you feel about him now? Like, what's the real talk about Dak around the league? We know he's loved. He's beloved in the locker room. Is he a guy that y'all think he gets too much of the shine because of the team he plays for? Is he underrated? Is he overrated? Where have you stood? Where do you stand on him?
Well, coming into the season, I was like, Dak, protect that dang football. You way too many interceptions, bro. They go look for someone else. And the Trey Lance thing, you know, maybe be the successor, blah, blah, blah. But looking at Dak now, he's a game changer. The guy's a game changer. He can get the football downfield. He can protect the football. Utilizes all of his weapons. Cooks is eating. CD is eating. The tight end, Ferguson, like everyone is eating in this offense. And I just love how he can be effective down the football field, but still be smart and make really good decisions and not put the defense in a bad position. And so if we're talking the best quarterback play right now is Dak Prescott. I didn't say MVP. I said the best quarterback play is Dak Prescott.
KJ, we're talking with KJ Wright here. You played against Dak several times throughout your career. You were on defense at the play. What was the book on him going into those weeks when you play him? What was the method when you guys would get into your game plans to say, hey, this is how we got to go after Dak?
Oh, you're getting deep now.
I mean, you said you keep it real. Keep it real.
We want to know what you guys are saying about him in those meetings.
All right, this is my guy, Mississippi State. Love me some Dak Prescott. With that being said,
that's set up a butt.
With that, not to say, but with that being said, watching Dak, we knew that, guys, if we stop Zeke, we stop Tony Pollard, let's put the ball in Dak's hand, and we got a really good chance. In the sense of him really beating us, passing the ball, boom, 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 getting the ball downfield. Watching Dak, I love how he was a stare. You know, he would stare guys down. He would really look where he's going to throw the ball, and you could really melt where he was going. Hell, I got, I think, 3 picks, 3 interceptions against Dak.
Damn.
And three, I know 2 for sure. But, you know, it was a tip ball off of Dez Bryant. They tried to trick me on one play. I picked him up in the playoffs. But no, I love facing Dak, and he is a guy that could beat you with his arms and his legs. But for the most part, our game plan was stop Zeke, stop Tony Pollard, put this guy in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 plus, and we were going to be really successful on defense.
But are you seeing a difference now in him staring down, and would you have a different game plan today?
I haven't watched that much film on him.
Okay.
I haven't watched that much film on him. And but I've seen his growth. I've seen his development. I've seen his confidence. Dak and this Cowboys offense feel like we can be enough to lead this team on a deep playoff stretch. We can lead this team to a Super Bowl. You match what we're doing on offense and what Michael Parsons and Damone Clark and Deron Bland are doing on defense, we can really make some magic happen and make a deep playoff run. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. But the time is now. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Give NFC Championship is the standard with this football team.
Yeah.
So get deep in the playoffs and really make something happen.
So KJ, there's an arms race now in the NFC East for one of your fellow linebackers. Thoughts on what Shaq Leonard has left and what type of impact you think he could still make?
Well, my question, guys, is why did he get released? Why did he get cut? I'm trying to ask you.
And he got demoted and benched too.
I saw it. I turned on the tape and I was looking. I said, "Where's this guy at?" I was like, "Where's Shaq Leonard?"
Yeah.
This is the Mr. Forced Fumble. This is the Mr. Get all the interceptions, got paid. And so if a guy got released, he got released for a reason. His health is a question. His play is a question. And so I don't care what your name is. If I'm a GM, I'm a player. I don't care what your name is. We want to win football games. And so I have an old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I know that you guys have some depth issues at linebacker. So maybe he can come in and help. But you guys are looking good. So we'll see what happens with him. But I'm not sure what Shaq Leonard, the Eagles or the Cowboys will get.
So every month there's a new story that leaks out about y'all's Legion of Boom squad, basically focusing on Russell or Pete. What have you had to say about all that drama, whether it comes from Marshawn, whether it comes from Sherman? What have you said about all that?
It's really hard to see. It's really hard to see. I saw Russell at Tyler Lockett's wedding. I said, "Hey man, like we got to talk, bro. We did this thing together. We won championships together. We won ball games together. When we have our 20-year Super Bowl reunion, I want you to come back and like be a part of the guys. I want you to be a part of this brotherhood we have, and to see what Sherm says about him on a weekly basis, see what Marshawn said about him. That hurts me to see." And I told Russ, I was like, "Bro, like, I know you don't feel like you need to be the bigger man, but I feel like relationships need to be mended. Like phone calls need to be made. Because it sucks. Like you were our quarterback, bro."
Yeah.
And so
is what they say valid?
Some of it. Some they be reaching. Like some stuff they be reaching. And in Russ's defense, Russ isn't the like rah-rah communicator, brother type guy in the locker room. He's not. That's not his personality. He's not the guy to sit down with you and just have a beer at the bar. You won't get that from number 3. I love him to death.
Right.
And but for the guy's biggest hurt is the connection.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we was in the locker room for 10 years together. We didn't go out to eat. We didn't have you over to my house. Like, what are we doing, bro? And so that's guy's biggest complaint about Russ. They weren't friends with him. Let's just say they weren't friends with him.
Right.
But the block phone calls to Marshawn, not being held accountable. Guys were really upset that Pete coddled Russ. But when I tell guys, like, it's not his damn fault Coach Carroll didn't address him. It's coach didn't do it.
Yeah.
And so it sucks to see, but hopefully, time will heal these wounds. And at the end of the day, we become boys again.
Did you have Russell Wilson's phone number?
I did. Did he connect me with his assistant at one point? Yes, he did.
Oh my God! Come on.
It was.
That's too image conscious.
It was a good reason. I try to have some business stuff. He's like, connect with my sister. She'll get you situated. I'm like, okay, I get it, bro. Whatever.
Okay.
And so, but I did have his cell phone number. I had 2 of them actually.
Whoa! One for the plug and one for the load.
Other phone.
Hey, look, I usually have a pretty good feel. Manny Sanders came in here. I knew he was going to be on media somewhere. You got a big time future, man. Thank you for joining us. Our boss. The only disappointment is our boss said if KJ sucks, I'll resign. So that part sucks because that means we keep our boss. But you're fantastic. I know you'll continue to be fantastic. Enjoy the game tonight. You're welcome back anytime, Seahawks or not. Thank you.
Thank you, fellas. Enjoyed it. Y'all have fun tonight.